Garland is done. I followed a different method to what I have seen online, and it's the same method I did a couple of years ago as well, which is instead of making a chicken wire base to attach to the stone, I used rope instead. Because this is 250-year-old stone, I didn't want to be drilling into it or securing the chicken wire with any sort of permanent method. So instead we have some gaps in the stone up here, and it just made perfect sense to pop in 3 screws and just hang the rope from there, and it works really well. I also think that works quite well if you don't actually have that much foliage on hand. This method requires a lot less. So Andrew and I started working on this on Sunday morning, and it didn't actually take too long. It maybe took me about an hour to make the garland. And then we just positioned all of the pots. So I have holly, the viburnum, which I think I'm actually going to have to replace. I did repot them earlier on this year because they had a fungal issue, which was turning the leaves yellow, and quite a few had dropped off. So if I show you around the back here, half of this tree is actually dead. And I was trying to sort of rejuvenate it, and I was thinking I'd probably have to cut this section out in order to do that, but I don't actually think it will grow back, because this to me is dead. It's properly dead. So I'm probably going to have to replace these in the spring, which I'm quite sad about, but I have learned many lessons on how to look after them. So I might also try something else here, maybe laurel, which is a lot easier and a lot easier to look after. So we've had these potted Christmas trees. This one we got last year, and this one was maybe 2 years before. So we dug this one back up out of the ground and put it back in a pot. And I love the fact that they're different sizes. I think they're so cute here. And then I have a pine standard that was in a pot at the side door, which was looking a little stressed in the pot. So we've upped it to a bigger size, and that will actually stay there probably until the spring, and then I'll find a more permanent home for it, or we might keep it in a pot for another year. I had some pink pepper berries left, so I just incorporated those along with some faux berry picks. The gold spray stems that I mentioned in my last video, I found a use for those, and some of the large pine cones as well. And then I just popped 2 at the top to hide the join. So when I make the garlands, I do one side with all of the foliage coming down the way, and then I switch sides and I switch direction as well, so that the other foliage drapes down in the other direction, just so that it all hangs nicely once it's up. So my winter wonderland front door is complete. Oh, well, except candles for my lanterns. I used faux candles last year, and they actually rusted because they're not watertight. So I'm trying to think of another solution for this year. I might actually use fairy lights, outdoor fairy lights, and just pop them in there. I'll probably get on a bit better with that. Oh, camera's in the way. Let's just move these back so you can see it clearly. Do you like my outfit?
Hi, so tonight we are going to see Love Actually.
Are you
with
filming
a
yourself?
difference. No, I'm filming you. Why do we do talk? Go over there and let me do this. Hi, so tonight we're going to see Love Actually with a difference. It's got a musical orchestra. Orchestra, big band, playing all the music, and Dana is wearing a black watch dress. Step back so you can see it all. Yep.
Yes, I'm wearing a black watch dress from Serafina. It's a couple of years old, and big chunky boots so it doesn't look too pretty. To toughen it up a bit, and I've got my Cezanne coat, which is another old one, and I also have a black watch scarf that I'm going to layer over the top because you can never have too much of that.
As we say in Scotland, she's fair bra.
So this is my final look. Feeling quite festive in my tartan, and I'm really looking forward to catching up with our daughters who are meeting in town for a drink before we head to the Usher Hall to see Love Actually with a live orchestra.
I am packing my bags, I am leaving. Think I'm going to Paris or Rome. I gotta get out of this god-awful place that I used to call.
Good morning. I've just been sitting here going through my footage over the last few days, and I've realised I've been actually really rubbish in speaking to you all, so I thought I'd update you on what's been happening around here. We had a storm over the weekend, Storm Dara, ABCD, yeah, the 4th named storm of the year. And I mean, it wasn't that bad up here in Scotland, but down in Wales, I know they had it pretty rough. We had the sort of tail end of it, which meant on Sunday, when I came to start making the garland for the front door, it was rather windy outside, but where I was working around the front door, there was a little protected pocket, which meant I could carry on working with the garland, but I couldn't really speak to you because the wind was just howling. So Andrew and I got on with that, and I really, really love how it turned out this year. I went with the same method that I did a couple of years ago, which is to make a garland on rope rather than using anything like chicken wire. I've seen that method this year and it's quite popular. But our facade around our front door is I mean, it's 240 something years old, and I didn't really want to be drilling into the stone or putting up anything that would damage the stonework. So I went with the rope method, which meant that I only needed to put up 3 hooks in the top section, and there was already a gap between the mortar, so that worked out really well. Andrew hammered in some wooden wedges and screwed into the wood rather than having to screw into the stone. So as I said, it's turned out like beyond my expectations, and I will be putting up, if I haven't already, a YouTube short of how I did that, just a real quick overview of how I put that together, and possibly a reel on Instagram as well if you want to have a look at that. But obviously you've seen the footage from the video, which is obviously a slower version, and I hope that that makes sense. If you have any questions, do leave them in the comments below and I will do my best to answer it. The one that I had on Instagram already was, how long will it last for? And my front door area isn't protected from the elements. The garlands and trees there will get rained on, snowed on. And the last time I made a garland like this, it lasted until the end of January, and I put it up, I think, the second week of December, so that's roughly 6 weeks, and it was absolutely perfect when I took it down. It wasn't crispy at all. So I think if it is a protected area that you're putting one up in, you can spray it or mist it every couple of days to keep the moisture there, or if it is unprotected, you should be absolutely fine, as long as the foliage that you've cut is fresh at the time. And I literally took the foliage off the wonky tree that I got extra from the Christmas tree yard down the road. So that one was just propped up there when we got there, and Ian, the chap who sells us our Christmas tree every year, said that no one wanted it and he would give it to us for free. So that was really lovely. Free? Was it free? Maybe I paid £3 for it, I think. So anyway, that was great. And then the other foliage I used from the garden was lilandi and some spruce. We also have holly. I just really didn't want to be working with the jaggy holly branches this year, so I decided to keep it simple and go with spruce, fir and lilandi. And each bundle that I made was just one of each, either fir or spruce and a lilandi, so 2 sprigs in each bundle, and that was more than enough to create a lovely full garland. I feel like the chicken wire method uses a lot more foliage. I think you've been needing possibly 2 7-foot, 8-foot trees in order to get round a whole doorway. Obviously it depends on the size of your door, but yeah, the rope method I think works quite well. Also, if it gets rained on, the rope almost like holds the water, so it kind of acts like moss in a way. So anyway, that's the front door. I'm almost finished decorating for Christmas now. I started earlier, so some years I start in November, some years I start in December, just depends on how busy I am. This year I think I started the last week of November and I'm pretty much done. And I've loved it this year. I've loved just going a little bit slower. It hasn't felt rushed or manic or anything like that. It's just been really lovely creating different elements to pop around the house. And yeah, I think that I'm going to try and sort of stick to this approach next year. That was Sunday. Rewind to Saturday. We had a date with our daughters, my husband and I, to go to the movies. We had planned on seeing Gladiator, and then sort of halfway through the week we changed it to Wicked. And I'm so glad we did. That movie was amazing. It's probably the best movie I've seen in a really long time. I can't actually remember the last time I went to the movies. I'm talking years and years ago. But yeah, we had an absolute ball. I think it's the perfect movie for right now. The timing of it, I think, is really appropriate and uplifting. I think just what we need. So obviously we've been singing the soundtrack in the car and at home for the past few days, so that's been quite fun. And then yesterday, day before yesterday, which was Tuesday, I had booked tickets for us to go and see Love Actually with a live orchestra a couple of months ago now. It just came around so fast. So the 4 of us went to the Usher Hall in Edinburgh to see that. and it was magical and just quite emotional as well. I think especially scenes that are kind of tug on your heartstrings anyway, like when Emma Thompson's being cheated on by Alan Rickman. I mean, how dare he? They played the Joni Mitchell song Both Sides Now. The orchestra played it, and it was just, oh, just the sound, the acoustics in the Usher Hall are amazing. So I would highly recommend that. I think The Holiday, they're also doing it with the holiday score. I'm not sure where that's playing, or that's probably all sold out now, but I'm definitely going to repeat that next year for another holiday movie, another Christmas movie. We really did enjoy that, and it just puts all, I think, in a real festive mood. That's really what's happened the past few days for me. I did get some lovely bits in from QVC, which I don't know if you know is the shopping channel here in the UK. And every so often they send out some gardening things that they think I would like or benefit from in my garden. They sent, one of the things they sent was like fat balls for the bird feeder. And I got it in my head that I was going to make a Christmas tree for the birds with the fat balls, and maybe string up some popcorn and other edible garlands for the birds. And I probably will do that. I might not get that done in time for Christmas. There's a lot going on at work. But between Christmas and New Year, I'll probably try and make a project of that and go out and string up one of the potted Christmas trees I have in the garden still, and do something for the birds. So as I said, I had a few parcels arrive in the last week. I'm just going to grab them and we can do a bit of an unexpected unboxing together. So first off is some PR bits that I got in from L'Occitane, and that was actually a couple of weeks ago, and I love L'Occitane. I've loved this brand for years and years and years. In the summer, or not in the summer, in sort of beginning of autumn, they sent me out their almond shower oil and body oil. So good. I've been using the body oil non-stop, and the shower oil only when I'm kind of maybe like once a week. You can use it every day, but I don't feel I need to. And the body oil is something I do use every day, and I love, love, love the fragrance. And I took it on holiday with me to Spain when I went with my gal pal in October, and it is just the best. After sun, daily moisturizer, and particularly for this time of year, it's just like my skin is like desperate for moisture, and I'm absolutely loving it. So they sent out these are baubles, so you could pop them on the tree. I thought they would be lovely as part of my Christmas table setting. Instead of maybe a cracker, you could pop one of these on each place setting. And they also sent me, though, their Christmas crackers, so that's what I'm going to do with these. And they're just miniatures of their different ranges. So this one is the Essential Almond Trio, and it's the almond oil that I was talking about before. This one is a small of the shower oil and the milk concentrate, and what's that one? Delicious Hands, so their hand cream as well. And then they also sent me the Essential Shea or Shea Butter Trio. So this one is their soap, hand cream and body cream. Let me open one and show you the size. Oh, cute. So there we go. That is the body cream. So they're like palm size. I think that's just a lovely way to try out their products, or to give a little extra gift on Christmas Day. Okay, so, and then they also, as I said, gave me the Christmas crackers collection. So they're the surprise firecrackers collection. And let's open one. Very, very cute. Oh, how lovely. So this one is the Vervain collection. There's a cooling hand cream, great for gardeners, and the shower gel. So that's lovely. They just come in there. So a good alternative to your standard crackers for Christmas. QVC sent me a pole pruner, which is amazing. This one is electric, so I'll need to get a whopping great extension lead to make use of that, but it will do for the hedging that's really close to the house. And I'm really excited to try that out. And I'll also maybe try it on the snowberries around the bottom of the garden as well, because it has a lovely long reach handle. So that was very much appreciated. It still has DHL tape on it because that's who delivered it. And then they sent out the plushest looking kneeler that I think I've ever seen. I think that's gel in there, and it's just, I was sitting on this while I was making my garland over the weekend. So comfortable. That is going to get so much use. And then also gloves as well. I normally wear the Treadstone gloves, so I'm actually quite excited to give these a try. These are for gardening, general maintenance, warm and hot weather, reinforced leather, palms and fingers for increased durability. And they're actually from Spear and Jackson as part of their collaboration with the Kew Gardens. So both of these are the Kew Gardens collection. So thank you very much, QVC, for those. And then I mentioned these before, but these are the seed balls, and they're from the Grumpy Gardener range. So again, thank you, QVC, for those. And then I just got this in the post today. It is Panettone Mignon collection. So I work with quite a few suppliers in the curtain making industry, and this is from my curtain pole supplier, and it's really a thank you for the business I've given them this year. But I love gifts like this because it's things I usually wouldn't buy myself, and this is a collection of petite panettones, or mini panettones, and in there are pistachio cream, oh my gosh, salted caramel, a limoncello cream, chocolate, and a classic panettone. Oh, I don't know if these are going to survive until Christmas. Isn't that lovely? Make a really nice hosting gift if you're going to a Christmas party. How lovely would it be to give this? So that's my unexpected unboxing, and I think I'll leave the vlog here. So thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.